Hi, 296. Let's do another yoga session. Let's do about 30 minutes. Come join me. All right. Let's find a nice comfy seat on the ground, on your mat, at your gym, at home, maybe at work. You need a couple minutes to yourself. Of course, we're going to turn our watches on, otherwise, does it even count? And as we find a nice comfortable seat, maybe we sit up a little bit taller and we start to slow down. Listening to our breath as it comes in through your nose and let it just fall out of your mouth. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Feel the air move. You can stay with your hands on your heart, your hands on your belly, staying connected to your breath, or yogi's choice, bringing your hands to heart center and taking a few seconds to think about what made you hit play. Come to this YouTube channel, come to this video. Whatever the reason is, I'm glad you're here. Let's take a deep breath in together. Exhale, release. All right, staying in our nice comfortable seat, let's start to warm up a little bit. So taking a deep breath in, bringing your shoulders up to your ears. And then as you exhale, rolling your shoulders back and then letting them melt down your back. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale, rolling back and down. Do that 3 more times at your own pace, remembering that we're connecting our breath and our movement. So as we inhale, bringing up, exhale, 2 more. On your next inhale, bringing your hands up overhead. And then exhale, bringing hands all the way back down to the ground. Do that again. Inhale. This time we're going to take our right hand, let it come up over our head, bringing it across, and then just finding a nice little gentle assist. You should feel a little bit of a stretch, not pain, just a little bit, starting to warm up our neck. On your next inhale, bring both hands up overhead. And then on the exhale, bringing left hand over the top of your head, going the other way. Other hand can come down to the mat, just finding a nice balance. We're just starting to wake things up. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, up overhead. And then on the exhale, come off to your right side for a spinal twist in a seated position. And so left hand can fall on your knee, and then your right hand is going to fall somewhere down on the mat. Take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And on the exhale, looking over your right shoulder. Really early on, so we might be a little bit stiff, and that's okay. We're just trying to warm everything up. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then on the exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, hands up overhead. And then let's turn, twist at our hips, turning off to our left. Right hand comes down, it can find your knee. left hand maybe a little bit behind you, but just somewhere down on the mat. Take a deep breath in, sitting up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, looking over your left shoulder. So I'm cueing you guys opposite so that you watch me will be mirrored. Remember to breathe. Take a deep breath in. And then on the exhale, coming back to center. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. From here, from seated, we'll stay on our butts, but bring the bottom of our feet together. This is a seated Supta Baddha Konasana. Just means that our feet are touching each other at the bottoms. And so we're going to do a nice stretch coming forward. So we can bring our feet out a little bit wider. And then if you'd like to challenge, you can bring in a little bit more. Grabbing your ankles, take a deep breath in, sit up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, hinging at your hips, keeping back nice and flat, starting to come down, finding hands on the mat. And then let your head hang heavy. We should feel no pain during yoga. And so if this is too much, we can always bring our feet out a little bit in front of us. Focusing on our breath. In through the nose. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, with care, walk your hands back close to your body. Rolling up, shoulders back on the exhale. Okay. Let's send our right foot long out in front of us, and we can bring our other foot right into close to our body. Take a deep breath in, hands up overhead. And then on the exhale, twisting off to our right side, hinging at our hips, coming down. And then allowing our hands to frame the leg wherever they may. If you can touch your toes, great. If not, that's okay too. They can frame either side of your calf. You can be hands on calf, on ankle, touching toes, or if they need to be up here, that's great too. We should feel this in the back of our legs. Breathing in and exhale, letting it go. On your next inhale, walk your hands back close to your body. Exhale, rolling shoulders back and down. And then let's switch. Right foot out long, bringing our left foot in close to our body. Take a deep breath in, hands up overhead. And then as we exhale, turn back nice and long, hinging at our hips on the exhale, coming down, and allow our hands to come onto the mat, onto our shins, knees, quads, or if you can come out and touch your toes, that's great too. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, walk your hands back close to center. And then as you exhale, rolling shoulders back, sitting up nice and tall, coming into a wide angle seated forward fold. Inhale, hands up overhead. And on the exhale, hinging at our hips, letting our hands just fall down to the mat out in front of us. Maybe let your head hang heavy. I'm going to try not to eat the microphone. Maybe you find some space where you can relax. Maybe you soften your eyes. Release your jaw a little bit. Release the tension from your forehead. On your next inhale, start to walk your hands back close to your body. And on the exhale, rolling shoulders back and down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, coming straight down. Maybe we get a little bit more depth and we hang here for just a second. Let your head go. On your next inhale, walk your hands back up. Exhale, rolling shoulders back. Let's meet in tabletop. So coming around, we want to make sure that we're aligned. So hips should always stack over our knees, and we want to make sure that shoulders are stacked over elbows and over our wrists. Feet can be flat on the ground, or if you'd like a little bit of stability, you can curl your toes, yogi's choice. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do some cats and cows, so connecting our breath and our movement. Inhale, look up, forcing that belly open, full of air. And then as you exhale, rolling back up. Oh, big stretch like a cat looking down. Inhale, look up. Exhale, go the other way. Do that 2 more times at your own pace. And then come back to a nice neutral spine. Take a deep breath in, send your right hand high to the sky, and then you're going to thread it through, come down on your shoulder for a nice shoulder stretch. Lots of options. We can stay here. You can option to take the bind. If you'd like to take the bind, we can also send our foot back. So it would be left foot back, straight. The key here for balance is using the back of your hand, your right hand, pressing into the ground. To find counterbalance, we press into the right foot, the top of the foot. Avoid putting pressure on your head. So you should be able to pull your head up. And then with control, come back, tabletop. Do 2 more cats and cows. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. 1 more. Let's do shoulder stretch the other way. Left hand high to the sky. Inhale, look up, and then on the exhale, thread it through, coming down onto your left shoulder. So lots of options. Your right hand can stay on the ground. This is a really great stretch. If you'd like to take the bind, placing your right hand behind your back, and then sending right foot straight behind you. If you'd like to do some balancing. So as we mentioned on the other side, we're going to take our left hand, press down into the ground, pressing into the back of our foot, like the top of our foot, left foot. We should be able to bring our head up off the mat. We don't want to use that as a point of balance. Remember to breathe. And then with control, coming back down and into tabletop. Let's go a little bit wider with our knees. Bring your toes together. Take a deep breath in and sit back on your heels for child's pose, reaching hands out long in front of you. Inhale, and then on the exhale, just let your head drop down to the mat. Child's pose is a pose of recovery. If at any point in the practice you just need to center, come back, you need a moment to yourself, this is an amazing pose to just catch your breath, reconnect, slow it down. If you guys are testing out studios and you're going to a yoga studio, it is totally acceptable at any point in the practice to get into this pose. On your next inhale, tent up your fingertips. And then on the exhale, walk your hands off to the right side of the mat. And if you can, stack your left hand over your right. You're going to feel a nice side body stretch along the left side of your body. Trying not to talk too loud because this microphone is right in my mouth. We're figuring it out as we go along. Take a deep breath in and then tent your fingertips, and then on the exhale, walk it off to the left side, and then you can stack right hand over left. And feeling the stretch along your right side body. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, tent your fingertips, and then exhale, walking hands back to center, back down to that child's pose. Maybe we reach our fingertips just a little bit longer, stretching both sides while still kind of keeping our hips down towards our feet, letting them sink. On your next inhale, push back up, tabletop. Let's get ready for our first downward facing dog. So curling your toes, pressing your hands into the mat. We're going to take a deep breath in and send our hips straight up into the sky. Deep breath in. And then push the earth away with your hands nice and wide. Downward facing dog is not about getting your feet to the ground. Not the point here. It's actually about pushing the earth and the mat away and then finding this nice window here. If you guys, anyone is a lifter, like during the CrossFit days, you're taught to like put your head through the window. That's what we can do here in downward facing dog too. So you should feel it in your shoulders. Take a deep breath in, come up high on your tippy toes. And then exhale, release down. Take a deep breath in, send your right foot, other way, right foot high to the sky, and then step it through for warrior one. So we've got our hands planted on the ground, our back foot at a slight 45-degree angle. On our inhale, we're going to use our core and then come straight up into warrior one. So just taking a quick look, we've got back foot at a little bit of an angle. We've got knee over ankle, just like in tabletop. We want to make sure that it's stacked, nice and strong, hips dialed forward, facing forward, almost like headlights of a car, and then extending up nice and high. Remember to breathe. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit because you can. Inhale. And then on the exhale, open up warrior two. Little adjustment in the back foot. So it should be perpendicular to the back. No, parallel to the back of your mat. Front foot perpendicular facing forward. And then opposite hands, opposite ways, pulling in both directions, looking over your front middle finger. On the exhale, sink a little bit. Inhale. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And then we're going to cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Step back, high plank. We're going to flow through, keeping elbows nice and tight, lower down, upward dog. And then curl your toes. Take a deep breath in, push your hips up to the sky, pushing the mat away with your hands, downward facing dog. Nice. Let's do the other side. Take a deep breath in, send foot high to the sky. I'm not going to go this way. Yes. Step it up with control. Warrior one. We're keeping all the errors. Listen, it's been a bit of an adjustment teaching to a camera and not an audience. I miss having you guys in the padded room. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. We're keeping all the bloopers. No edits, no do-overs, because this is real life. I'm going to switch it the other way so you guys can see me. So we're in warrior one. On your next inhale, up to the sky. Exhale, open up, warrior two. So again, kind of tracking that the back foot parallel to the back of the mat, front foot perpendicular, opposite hands, opposite directions, pulling. We're looking over our front middle finger. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, sink down. Also, I have a mirror behind the camera, so it's weird to watch myself do this and teach at the same time. I hope you guys enjoy it. Flip your front middle finger, reverse your warrior. Inhale and cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Step it back, high plank, lower down, keeping your elbows nice and tight. Upward dog, right in. Pulling it back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, look up. Step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, dropping hands to the mat. Step back to a high plank. Keeping elbows in tight, lower down. Upward dog. Pull it back, downward facing dog. Let's do that salutation one more time. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, look up at your hands. Step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step or jump back. High plank, nice, strong core. Come up on your toes. Lower down, keeping your elbows nice and tight. Push it up. Curl your toes, pull it back, downward facing dog. Nice job. Deep breath in. Inhale, right foot up, step it through, warrior one. Come all the way up. We're going to hold it here. This is going to be like a slow burn. We're not moving fast, but we're going to hold it. It's probably going to hurt a little bit. Remember to breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Sink into that front knee because you can. On your next inhale, come up. And then exhale, open it up, warrior one. I'm going to switch around so you guys can see me this way. I'm still figuring out how to do this with a camera. So warrior two. Remember to breathe. Inhale. Exhale, sink. Front knee, making sure that it's tracking over your ankle. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And then come down onto your side. This is side angle. So elbow on your knee. Other hand can be straight up in the air. We can also reach out in front of us. And just holding it here. Remember to breathe. Inhale. Deep breath in. And then on the exhale, bring it back. Reverse your warrior. Cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Step it back. Lower down. Upward dog. Curl your toes, pull it back, downward facing dog. Let's go the other way. Send your foot high to the sky. Step it through. Warrior one. I'm going to flip around so you guys can see me. Make sure you do the other foot that you did before. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to that front foot. Inhale. Exhale, open it up, warrior two. Little adjustment. Kind of taking a little scan. Opposite hands, opposite way, looking over that front middle finger. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. And once you hit it, bring it back around, side angle. So elbow on knee, hand facing out, other hand extending up to the sky. Other option, extending hand out. If you've got the core strength, we can extend both hands straight out in front of us. Not my preferred. So I'm going to hang right here. Join me if you'd like. Remember to breathe. On your next inhale, reverse your warrior. And then we're going to cartwheel both hands down to the mat. Step back. Take a deep breath in. Lower down. Upward dog. Pull it back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Inhale, look up at your hands. Step or jump, top of the mat. Inhale up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. I'm going to face you guys because you know what time it is. Bringing feet close together, up tall. We're going to sit in our chair. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, sink a little bit lower. Maybe find a point in the room. Just lock in on it. Holding it here. One more deep breath in. Dump it, forward fold. Nice job. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale. Exhale, sit back in your chair. We're doing 2 more of these, so option to stay in your regular chair, or if you would like to do twisted chair, bringing hands to heart center. We're going to twist it off to the right. So using your left elbow up against your knee, pressing hands together. We can stay here, or you can open up, looking up at your right finger. We want to make sure that these knees stay in line. We don't want to be jacked up. If we can't keep knees together, then just staying here is just fine. Remember to breathe. I'm sweating a little. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up.